Hello, it's James from Woodland Classroom here. It's January and I'm out in the woods at Woodland Survival Crafts in Derbyshire, and I'm here for a winter sleep out. Here we have a kennel shelter which is made from all natural materials, no string required, and it's covered in bracken and some dead leaf litter as well. And that's going to be everything we need to keep me dry and hopefully a bit warm for tonight. You can actually see, if we look inside on the ground, it's actually pretty dry. You can see the wet ground there outside the woodland where the leaves are darker, and then as you go in, it's dry on the inside, which shows how effective the shelter actually is. Looking up in the roof, we can actually see the rib structure there, the kind of skeleton of the shelter, and then on the outside you have all the extra layers, the finer layers that are built up on top of that. Looking at the shelter here, you can see on the outside all the bracken that's keeping this nice and dry, and all these layers have been built up, and we've actually just put this extra bracken on here to gap up an area where the light was showing. We don't want any weather getting through in case we do get some rain tonight. So my challenge tonight is to sleep out in this kennel shelter. Wish me luck. This woodland is just a beautiful sight. There's plenty of birch, which is great for lighting fires using the birch bark and the birch twigs as kindling. So there's going to be no problem starting a fire tonight if I need it. So as well as the lovely soft bed of bracken that's there, I've also got a roll mat and the sleeping bag, which is in a bivvy bag, which is going to keep any rain off and really keep the heat in as well. So no slumming it tonight. It's about 4 PM now. It feels later than it actually is. I'm just deciding that I'm not going to have a fire tonight actually down by the den. It's not that cold, there's good cloud cover, so we're not going to lose a lot of the heat out to the sky. You can see I've got my bedding down there as well, all ready to go. I'm raised off the floor, and being raised off the floor is better than having more layers on top of you. It's going to keep an air gap between me and the cold ground. So by having that mattress there, that's really going to help keep me warm. So let's hope I don't regret not having a fire later tonight. Beautiful sound of the pheasant going to roost at night. I love that sound. There's another one over to the right. When you're out walking in the woods, we often talk about going out to watch wildlife. But I wonder, at this time of night, as everything's going to roost, and I'm probably making the most noise in the woodland here, how much of that wildlife is actually watching me, and I don't even know it's there. Just spooked a load of birds. I think they're pigeons. Obviously, I need to improve my stalking skills. More birds heading to roost. This is the view from the shelter. Not much to see beyond the lamp there. But I'm very much using my ears. My hearing feels kind of heightened, so I'm listening for any kind of sound. It's about 10:30 at night now. I'm feeling pretty snug actually in the sleeping bag. I've just been listening to the tawny owls calling across the males and the females calling across the woodlands. Other than that, it's pretty still. It's difficult to get away from the background drone of traffic that you can still hear in the distance. Even out in the woods, you're not that far from civilization. I feel very calm. It's not scary out in the woods at all. It's very comforting. It's beautifully still out here in the woodlands. I'm ready for a good night's sleep, so see you in the morning. Good night. A tawny owl, right near the shelter. Another one. Well, morning is broken. Here's the view from inside the shelter. It was lovely listening to the rhythm of the woodland last night, and I've noticed a pattern as the day comes to a close. You have the jackdaws and the rooks doing a circular flight around the woodland, calling as they go. And that's followed as the sun goes down with the pheasants going to roost. And then the tawny owls come out as it gets dark. And this morning, we had a muted dawn chorus. Well, I've had a very good night's sleep, very warm in the sleeping bag and in the bivvy bag. I think the thing I always take away from when I sleep out in the woods like this is that it's not some great survival adventure. It's actually no hardship at all. It can be very comfortable, especially if you've got the know-how to build shelters like this, or even put up a tarp with strings, get yourself off the ground, get a bit of shelter, have a fire, and it is no hardship. You can be warm, comfortable, you can be dry, you have a lovely night's sleep, and wake up in nature, surrounded by nature, which is beautiful. So I think it's important to kind of not perpetuate the kind of the fear of sleeping outside in the den and the kind of the survival element of it, and it's only, you know, for those who are tough. Of course it's not. Anyone can do it. Everyone should do it, especially families with kids. Get them out there, and it's something that they may take forward into their grown-up lives as well and enjoy as a hobby. So I've had a great time here out in the woods. Looking forward now to a day of practicing some bushcraft skills. I'm going to make some natural cordage. I really encourage you to get out there and have a sleep out yourself in the woods, no matter how you do it. Let us know how it goes. I'd love to hear about it, so leave us a comment below and let us know if you survived. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again out in the woods. Bye bye.